Hey, greetings, everyone. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West here. Welcome to the Steadfast and Loyal podcast.
You gotta light 'em up before they burn it down. Better dig deep and put 'em in the ground. Blood on their hands, they're hellbound. Save us all. Ooh, they're gonna burn it down. Save us all before they burn it down.
There are a lot of people that are moving out of California into Texas. I think that you won't find many U-Haul vans leaving Texas going to California. And one of those individuals is the critically acclaimed NAACP Image and SAG award-winning String Actors Guild award-winning actor, producer, activist, and author Isaiah Washington. He has been a star of stage, film, and television for nearly 3 decades, 30 years. Through natural progression, he branched into the development end of the business, including executive producing the critically acclaimed 2013 film Blue Caprice. Isaiah Washington's documentary, Bound Africans versus African Americans, won the Women in Cinema Lena Sharp Award at the 2014 Seattle Film Festival. The Texas native is best known for his role as Dr. Preston Burke on the ABC medical drama Grey's Anatomy, as Chancellor Thelonious Jaha on CW's hit series The 100, and most recently starring as Mayor Tydell Marcellus Ruffin Sr. on the mega hit P-Valley on Stars. Washington made his directorial debut for the art film Corsicana, portraying the incomparable first African-American Deputy U.S. Marshal Bass Reeves, the original Lone Ranger. Washington also co-wrote, produced, directed, and starred in Corsicana, set in 1894, Corsicana, Texas, now available on Amazon Prime Video. We are joined by a good friend, Isaiah Washington. Sir, it's great to be with you.
Oh man, that's awesome. This is pre-recorded, right?
Yeah. We're just taping.
Yeah, but, everything that you said in my ear was repeated like an echo.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay for that becoming that way. I mean, it's clean here. As long as we hear you good, we're fine.
Okay, so I have to just ignore the first transmission and listen to the last transmission because everything you say is doubled.
No.
It's okay. I
Well,
got it.
that's my southern accent.
No. Southern accents can't be that. It's literally like you're repeating yourself. It's interesting. But go ahead.
Well, thank you for being with us, Isaiah. And let's talk about, because once upon a time, I remember the Friends of Abe group out there in Hollywood. What's it like holding those conservative principles and values, being out there in Los Angeles and being in the movie industry?
Well, I never thought when I got into business in 1986, no one discussed their political affiliations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly at the time, African Americans and Black American Negro freedmen, we voted Democrat. That's just what it was. No one knew what an HR bill was, so I certainly didn't. I got in the military. You know, being political wasn't completely looked upon as something that you did. You just did your job. Um, Growing up in Houston, Texas, now I understand by being inculcated in the Black church that our principles of the nuclear family was always something that was uh, instilled in me. I always wanted to be married and have a family, and I still do. At 29 years in, um, wonderful kids. I didn't know I was conservative per se, as we define it today, when I engaged in um, the entertainment industry, particularly theater in New York. Obviously, it's a much more liberal environment. I was okay with that. As long as people allowed me to do my job unhindered, uh, unfettered, and unmolested, I was okay, right? But as time went on, it appeared that I became more and more of an outsider, no matter how talented I was, right? No matter how professional. My politics had to be their politics.
Mm-hmm.
My sexual orientation, understanding, and beliefs had to be their beliefs. And I was able to navigate that strategically for quite some time. And in fact, in 1997, I started my first portfolio knowing that the rug is going to get pulled. They're going to realize that I'm not a fraud. I'm just not one of them.
Yeah.
So today, I'm considered a conservative or a Republican. I'd like to say a Republican, French Douglas Republican without a hood. It's just that I try very hard not to judge other people and how they live their lives. And with that said, I don't want them to try to judge me, how I live my life. I always have been trying to work as a United Nations in my industry, but it just got to the point where it's like most game mentalities. If you're not on the team 1,000%, then you're off the team.
Yeah.
And I opted to get off the team in Hollywood.
Well, it's interesting because you're following along the same path as Ronald Reagan did, who was out there in Hollywood as a TV and movie star, and he got off the team and he famously said, I didn't leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left me. Let's talk about
right.
Yeah.
Reagan really said that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Reagan. Remember, he was the head of the Screen Actors Guild once upon a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So when you look at the Texas and Houston that you saw growing up, how do you see the difference in the black community that you grew up in and the black community today? What do you think are the glaring differences?
It's a really interesting question. That's a pretty broad question there, Colonel. I'm going to do my best here. Let's see. I sort of had this kind of conversation yesterday with my oldest son, and he reminded me, he said, "Dad, you never, although you can be very judgmental, you work very hard not to judge others." And I work very hard on myself to be aware of that. Terms like you said when we were growing up, we never heard you call anyone stupid, or dumb, or ignorant. Well, you always said that these people are just underexposed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that you were going to try to make sure that we were as exposed to as much as possible, not only through our formative years, but through our teenage years. And they thank me for that. What a blessing, at least. So, unfortunately, when I left Houston, Texas, Colonel, I thought I would never return to Texas. That's just how bad I wanted to get out of the level of people around me being underexposed, so-called both black and white. It was very debilitating, maddening. Now, as I return, I'm not just Isaiah Washington that black kids on Studiowood Houston. I'm Isaiah Washington. So we have this kind of parasocial dynamic that's happening where people think they know me because of my work, and inside of that, I try to infuse as much exposure to various things in various communities. Unfortunately, the black and white community, I can still sense and feel that there's a lot of people that are underexposed, and I really get a sense that that's done intentionally. Without getting too long-winded about the psyop, but it's much better. And I feel like I can be much more of service with what I know and what I've been exposed to professionally, personally, spiritually, professionally, and help as many of those who want to be helped. Now that I'm back in the lovely state of Texas in Dallas.
Well, let's talk about that because, you're the hometown boy coming back to your state. You've been out there, you've gotten the battle scars, you've gotten all of these different experiences. How are you going to look at making a difference in today's Lone Star State, in today's Texas, and especially since you and I are going to be neighbors up here in Dallas County?
This is a start. And the last time we spoke, I was still in the belly of the beast, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that was roughly at least maybe close to almost 5 years ago. Is that?
Yeah.
So look what has happened in the last 5 years. Every evolutionary process takes time. I'm an evolutionary. I don't like hard words. I don't like revolutionary. I don't like racism. I like e-racism. Um, I try to stay away from those trigger words. Because once you evolve, there's no turning back. Once you change, um, there's no going back. There's no regression. So for me, I would like to, I dare say, be the embodiment of one who has evolved and will continue to evolve. Um, I'm also a kind of personality that if you try to pigeonhole me or put me in a box, I'm going to do everything I can to fight myself out of that. Um, I'm not a traditional follower. I've learned how to follow, but as soon as I see that my leadership is toxic or it's not good leadership, I'm going to shake that off. Not that I want to replace them. It's that I'm going to just lead by example and show that this is not the way. And hopefully I can be of service and creatively, and I dare say politically, but more importantly, socially. Lead by example while I'm here.
Well, I am very honored, being the chairman for the Dallas County Republican Party, that you will be spending time with us at our Reagan dinner this Friday, the 25th of April. And I think a lot of people are looking forward to just seeing you and hearing some words of, and wisdom, nuggets of wisdom from you. And I think that you're right. That's a great start. And when you reached out to me and said, "Hey, Colonel, I'm here. I'm in your backyard. I mean, we got to get together. We got to do stuff," and that's important because I think that is key that we bind ourselves together and we get on that common message or that common azimuth to restore things that we would love to see happen here in our country. So I want to ask you, what is it that defines Isaiah Washington? I will tell you what defines me is service, sacrifice, and commitment to this country. That's what my father did going all the way back to World War II. My brother in the Vietnam War, you served in uniform, and that's what I've seen. But what's that defining character aspect of Isaiah Washington?
Always finish where I start. Leave a better story than what it was. Leave wherever I show up, I like to leave it better than what it was before I got there. Um, like I said, I'm constantly evolving. I'm not really sure how to define myself because I'm still evolving.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm still growing. So I don't have an epitaph yet. I'm still in that hyphen between 1963 and I'll let others define who they feel based on my how I live my life, the ups, the downs, the rounds, the good, the bad. Let some other people define that, but I would dare not personally, as an artist,
Yeah.
try to define myself because I would more than likely change.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you
Um,
this, because as I've shared with you, my daughters were enamored with you on Grey's Anatomy. What's been your favorite role to portray in this incredible career that you have had? I mean, I would tell you, right now, if I got
don't
the
get me in
chance to,
trouble. You
if
can't get
I
me in trouble with that question.
no, if I got the
Like
chance to
picking
portray Bass Reeves,
a favorite role is like trying to pick your favorite child. You just don't go there. You're not gonna get me in trouble.
oh man, okay, well then, let me put it this way: what was
Okay.
it like for you to portray Bass Reeves? Because when you look at his life and his story, I mean, it was just absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Well, oh well, I guess if you want to define me, define me as a person who is an educator.
Yeah.
You know, I've always started off uh, theater and education, and my education is still ongoing. I'm still trying to hide tons of books
Yeah.
that I haven't taken out yet that I've had since 1991, and I intend to read every last one of them before God, God be my witness, give me the blessing. I'm a bibliophile,
Hmm.
and I love educating people. I love that little spark that goes off in people, that little twinkle that goes off in anyone's eyes when they get some information from me that they either have to Google or they just never heard of and never thought of. And that's just kind of what I've always wanted to do in my work. Um, I'm a black man in this lifetime, right? So I'm only going to be black in this lifetime, right? So yeah, I've always wanted to change hearts and minds for those who were non-blacks,
Yeah.
right? That's American, and that was my goal. I'm thrilled to the gills that people are still responding to uh, what I was helping convey with the great leadership and writing of Shonda Rhimes. She put those words in my mouth. In fact, she's the only one that made sure that no matter how much writers did to write it, she was the final one to make sure she put the words
Hmm.
in Dr. Burke's mouth for me. And I'm eternally grateful to her for that because she knew she just wanted to create a human being that would not deny their blackness, but transcend their race, their
Hmm.
ethnicity, and not make race an issue. And we did that. You've never heard of a racial dynamic in that show,
Yeah.
ever. And you probably never will. You just look at the character of those human beings. And I would tell you, I did a lot of research on real doctors, real cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. James McPherson, there in California. We don't talk anymore because of my support of Trump, but it's okay. That's okay. He's still my friend. I love him. And he was very much instrumental in saving Arnold Schwarzenegger's life as a heart surgeon. And things were so bad in 2005 on that set at the time that a lot of the crew members never even seen a black man in charge, never seen a black man that spoke up and firmly or loudly in a power position. I know you understand what I mean by that.
Yes.
It just wasn't, not that they weren't comfortable. They just didn't like it.
Hmm.
So I had to actually bring Dr. McPherson to the set to show them that indeed there are, well, not only surgeons out there that happen to be Black Americans, there are top cardiothoracic surgeons that exist. And also remind them that, one of your issues are, have you been underexposed? And that sort of display comes out as, so there's prejudice, or I dare say bigotry. We're all the same when you're on that blue sheet. When you come to those trauma doors, I've never seen a single person when for 3 summers. I did well, 2 summers. I did my own research on my own time, on my own time. I never saw a single person come through the trauma doors in pain or near death complaining about who was trying to help them. They just wanted to be helped, baby.
No,
They just wanted to
absolutely right.
live. They just wanted to live.
Yep.
When it was that line between reading their maker or not believing in their maker, but between life and death, all I heard was, please help me. That's it. And that's how I look at my work, is I just want to be of service and be helpful and not a pollutant uh, to the kinds of content that I put out there. And I've I've done the best I could under the circumstances. I'm proud of Dr. Burke. I'm proud of now creating continuous service vaccines. I'm proud of all the work I've done and all the collaborators that knew what they were hiring. They knew that I wasn't going to just give them a flat stereotype. That's not what I do.
As we get ready to wrap up, I often like to ask people this, and I ask myself this as well. What does Isaiah Washington want his legacy to be? No easy questions here. No.
He loves humanity. He loved humanity so, and was willing to lead the charge in protecting that. Yeah. I wrote a book about DNA has memory. DNA, we all share it, right? And I know it sounds cliche. All my lives matter. It's just the science. It's not wrong. I've witnessed 3 open heart surgeries, and all those hearts look the same.
Yeah.
If you harmed at war, if there's brain matter near your feet, it all looks the same.
Yeah.
Different types of blood, it all looks the same. And I just think that people just choose to be lazy and ignore their most humane selves and just like to toy being inhumane. But my goal is to remind them, you, myself, and all of us in my reach, that humanity is it's okay to be human. It's okay. It's okay to be in love with humanity. I believe God put us here to protect not only the earth, but all people that are willing to receive that love and that hope. And that's what I want to continue to do. And hopefully my legacy will reflect that.
Amen. So, current projects and how can people follow Isaiah Washington?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Current projects that you're working on and how can people follow Isaiah Washington?
Oh, yeah. The reason I couldn't get to you last Monday, I'm really excited about my 30 plus year friend, Michael Jai White, who has 8 black belts in 8 different systems. Wonderful human being. And I'm glad he likes me.
No kidding.
Man on the planet. And I think a lot of people kind of confused that he and I would joke with each other. And I'm older than him, so I treat him like, believe it or not, I treat him like he's my little brother.
Yeah.
And I talk to him crazy and I hate him crazy. And people are like, he hasn't taken his head off yet? I would never say something like that to Michael. Michael would just giggle and love it and love that guy. But the movie is called Oscar Shaw, which is our offering in that Equalizer genre. That's an action movie. And I play a character named Ernie, who's actually a retired cop and actually a former Force Recon Marine, who ultimately will be successful with the first one and deliver the second and third installments. You'll see that I'm pretty much like his M or his Alpha to his Batman. Behind those that seedy looking bar walls and this affable guy, he's a very dangerous man too. That makes sure that he has the best top of the line systems and weapons and firearms and knives and all kinds of gadgets. So I'm super excited about building that brand. And I'm also excited about my film Luna. I'm getting dangerously close to getting Paul S. Hutchinson. I'm going to put him on blast. Say yes. Say yes, Paul S. Hutchinson. Just say yes. Cut the check. Let's go to work. Stop playing with me in these texts. Yeah, he's my only choice. I met him at his wonderful fundraiser. He and Howard Vanessa raised like $106,000 in an hour to fight child trafficking. And that's where my spirit is. That's where my tweet is. I'm not backing away from it. I don't care who you are, from the Pope to the police to a cousin. If you're out there making money on child trafficking and harming kids, then I got a problem with you.
And I have a problem too. Well,
Yeah.
Isaiah Washington, I want to thank you for taking time again to be with us here in Steadfast and Loyal Podcast. Welcome back home to the Lone Star State of Texas. And thank you for coming to be my neighbor up here in Dallas County. I'm looking forward to having you over and grilling a steak. And my daughters are salivating to meet you. So
I got to give me. It's probably not going to happen before I see you on Friday because I'm already getting a call about another project. It's like I had to leave California to get all this work.
there you go.
It's so crazy.
There you go.
Like,
And,
I haven't slept in my bed for a good 2 weeks. About new home, and people got me in hotels, but I'm not complaining.
And if you ever need just a simple dumb extra in one of your movies, yours truly could be available. I mean, don't give me a cameo role because my face is not meant for that. But be happy to open the door of a taxi or something like that. But Isaiah, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you this coming Friday.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about that. Okay, good luck with that. God bless on that. Can't wait to meet you up close in person for that one. Yeah.
Amen. God be with you, and thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Washington, incredible career, incredible man, and I'm happy and honored to call him my friend. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Steadfast and Loyal Podcast. Until next time, God bless and stay steadfast and loyal.
Before they burn it down.